What a week it's been. From committee chairmen being toppled to weighty allegations being thrown to and fro, and to ministers appearing before federal lawmakers on major issues. Indeed, what a week. Welcome to what I believe is a very unique episode of The Gavel. I'm Lanre Lasisi, and I'm excited to be bringing you all that happened this week. Well, not all, but the highlights, because a lot happened this week. Now, the governor of the central bank and the minister of finance were before the Senate on the state of the economy. But our first report looks at the ongoing investigation into allegations of sexual misconduct brought against 3 members of the House of Representatives. It's the resumed sitting of the investigative hearing being conducted by a joint House committee into allegations of sexual misconduct against 3 lawmakers of the House of Representatives. After welcoming everyone, the chairman of the House Committee on Ethics and Privileges said the joint committee has received a letter from the Minister of Foreign Affairs, who is expected to appear before the committee.
It is with regret that I inform you that the new timing would not be convenient for me as it clashes with the Federal Executive Council meeting. I am therefore constrained to request yet another postponement of my appearance before your committee. Please accept the assurance of my highest consideration.
The Joint Committee then decided to receive the presentations of the 3 lawmakers who were at the meeting.
These are totally false, unfounded, and baseless allegations against me. I categorically deny that there was no time of such incident happen. I never grabbed any housekeeper, nor did I solicit for sex. I also take this issue very seriously, not only because I'm a honorable member representing a hallowed institution, but because of my integrity as a husband and a father. How would my family and in-laws react to these wild and grave allegations? I demand an apology and a retraction of this allegation, or I shall not hesitate to engage the service of lawyers.
I want to state unequivocally that I did not request the assistance of any car park attendant to solicit prostitutes on my behalf during my stay in Cleveland, as I never had need for any. My health situation, especially at the time in question, could not have allowed any form of such desire. This fact was known to the accompanying staff of the U.S. mission. Also worthy of note is the fact that my faith about such desire and act. I have never desired a prostitute as a matter of principle. I was never questioned on the alleged issue either in the U.S. during my trip nor in Nigeria on my return. 3, the allegations carried no specific details, such as when the discussions were held, date, time, and place. Rather, it is vague and presumptive and obviously speculative.
I did not have any interaction with either the porters or the car park attendants or having such conversation at any time. I'm completely averse to philandering of any sort. I only had to talk to the concierge, obviously, when you go to the desk when you're checking in. Keep my luggage, you bring it to my room, standard. And video evidence, I'm still demanding it, will show our movement throughout the hotel when we're there.
A committee then adjourned the meeting to the next day, when the Minister of Foreign Affairs is expected to be present. Well, the very next day, the question on everyone's lips was, will the minister turn up? Let's find out in our next report. The Minister of Foreign Affairs arrived in the venue of the investigative hearing in the House of Representatives. A House committee is investigating allegations of sexual misconduct against 3 members of the House by the United States Ambassador to Nigeria, James Entwhistle.
He pointed out...
The minister says he met with the ambassador on the matter.
But the point he is making is that he felt an obligation to bring to the attention of the Speaker that such allegations were made. So, in other words, your members in this government-to-government program, there are these allegations that were made against them. He's not saying whether they are true or whether they are not, but he talks about the kinds of impression that could be created through those kinds of allegations. And, and so he felt that he should inform the Speaker. I would see this more as to remind your members to be sure they don't put themselves, at least, into the position where such allegations can be made, because it could lead to Nigeria not participating in this program.
But it was interrupted by this face-off between the co-chairmen of the Joint Committee.
We want the truth and nothing but the truth coming from him based on the interaction. Please administer oath on him. Can you do that now? Ethics. Administer oath on him. Let me have it. Allow him to do it. Don't worry.
That was resolved, and it appeared all was good again, until this happened.
Can I ask a question, presiding officer, please?
I think every member will be given opportunity to ask questions.
I am. What? Honorable Minister.
The minister then continued with his address.
At this stage, it is some people's words against other people's words. Park attendants have made allegations that have been denied. The hotel housekeeper has made an allegation that has been denied, and she has refused to testify. So you would need corroborative evidence, something to corroborate those allegations. That's what you will base, that's evidence that you will base the case against them on. In speaking to the US ambassador, he did not present any corroborative evidence to me, nor indeed did he indicate that they had any corroborative evidence, because even the issue of identity, I understand, was based on some pictures, maybe passport pictures or whatever. And he can say, the US ambassador, what he can say is that he is not necessarily making any allegations himself against the honorable members, that he is just bringing to the attention of this House that allegations were made. And he has confirmed that those allegations were made. And that is all. It was the evidence that I felt was not as strong as I had assumed. And certainly, a lot of this, before I met the ambassador, which is why I summoned him, I was reading all kinds of things in the newspapers, and the assumption was that there were all kinds of, very strong evidence, maybe closed-circuit television and recordings and so forth, and, maybe DNA here and there. So I was surprised that, in fact, the main complainant, or alleged complainant, was not even willing or refused to testify when approached by her own government.
The Joint Committee says it will ensure it completes the mandate given to it by the House and submits its report as soon as possible.